And we're live on a Friday then. Saturday, Sunday. Here we go. I literally said it in my last video. I was like, watch. I'll take a cigarette break and then they'll fill me with more shit. And I'm still waiting for a tower. So what I have? A cigarette and a tower? Not really. And that's what it was. I was just chilling in it. And they're like, go record your emotions. Alright, I guess. I mean, that's what it's all about, right? It's teaching you guys how to handle shit. How I handle it emotionally, so you can learn how to handle it emotionally. I am the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer and teacher. Shaman, Seer, Oracle, Lightworker, Starseed, Earth Angel, Mystic, Medium, Psychic, Witch, Yogi, Guru, Evangelist, North American Sybil. I should probably pull out some dark cards. We're already there. I am your messenger God. I am his first child. I am the divine feminine in the form. I am Lilith reincarnated. In order to keep up with me, you had to see, actually, the last video didn't really have much to do with it. We were teaching astrology. You would have had to keep up with my life. My life is just a lot going on. First thoughts. Well, that's what I don't have thoughts. So I have to ask the spirit, what's going on? Right? What the fuck is going on right now? What just happened? Why? Because I was at work. What happened while I was at work? Let's start there. How fucking irritating that is. People like to move in silence. Whatever. I got blocked. Which is just saying that alone tells you how fucking petty. After all this time, this is where we're at. This is fucking petty. So then you simply ask yourself, why did I get blocked? I must have said something that offended them. Then you try to look through it, and it's like, well, what? What are you running from now? What did I say? The only thing I could come up with, and that's just because I haven't, it's on the surface, and I haven't really said it because I know it's hurtful, is the fact that he got used. He's feeling it. Well, I mean, I think it was an equal contract of give and take. You just didn't think I would take so much and you would be sitting there, you know, and couldn't give as much as I gave. Whatever. It's the only thing I could come up with. I mean, I don't care. Go back to your shit-ass life. I don't care. I'll go on and have an amazing life. I don't care what this life looks like, bro. I don't care who it's with or anything. And I go back to this as the Lilith. I don't care who God chooses for me to love. The feelings are in there. I just need someone to love with all my heart. To have this experience of loving a man and a man loving me. I don't care who it is. I don't have a preference. I used to. I used to want it to be a specific man with specific qualities. I don't care anymore. I stopped caring. Because the things that I cared about, nobody should care about. And those are the men that I thought were so important in my life. I don't give a fuck if Marshall makes it in this relationship or not. Good for you. I don't care. That goes back to my earlier video of jealousy. I don't care. You can't get a rise in that particular department, especially this particular man. I don't care if you don't want to talk to me. Is that some power? Is our conversation special? What was special? The feelings I had for you? Anything else about this special? No, I make it special. You're not special. None of you are. It's the feeling that God gave me for you. You don't have those feelings. Give me a second. Somebody's at my door. Awkward enough. Yes. For a second.
Of course. Appreciate it. Okay, no. So I have the official interview questions that are from our HR department regarding the staff member.
Okay.
If you would like to participate in that. And then a few follow-up questions about the person in the red truck in School 32, logically?
I have no idea.
Okay. I think that was what we deduced based on the car, what you had reported. So in terms of the staff member, I think you can handle that with or without the official interview if you're comfortable with that. Because you feel altar, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. We praise all God. Jesus is number one.
Since you did let Zenobia and Stefan both listen to the recording, I believe their statements would be enough for us to pursue terminating that employee. But if you were able to send the recording to me, then things go a little bit faster, knowing our HR department.
Can I have your word that you won't subscribe to the channel after?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know Zenobia would have, and that's why I didn't want to give it to her.
Okay.
And that's just it. It's like, there are staff members that I have subscribed to the channel, but, you know, on that level. As far as I backed out, I got extremely triggered about it, and I felt like a lot of heat on myself in the sense of I'm fighting a lot of invisible battles here that I don't want to fight. I felt like I'm this trouble starter, and I just wanted to back out of it completely. I really did, because of the fact it's just like, you know, I felt it was just too much heat. I'm just trying to live here.
Sure.
I don't want it that, you know, as soon as the situation with the dude, it's like it brought in too much. It's just a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can send you the video most definitely.
Okay.
As far as it, realistically what happened, I can just tell you, and it's in the video in the first couple minutes. I was out there doing, you know, full moon rituals and shit for the full moon. And I came across, I saw Diana and the man. I didn't know the man was an employee.
Okay.
Right?
A person in the red truck? Or
No, that's a different
okay.
location. Yeah. This is the employee. And they were sitting there, you know, in front of the entranceway, and she had a stunned look on her face, and I just walked up, and it was like, what are you guys doing? Or, you know, other witches is what I made a joke of.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, he's just telling me some crazy stuff. And he's got a huge smile on his face, and he just blurts out and says, quite literally, said, no, I was telling her how I met her last week, and I was so hypnotized by her, and I started fantasizing about her, and I went and was beating my meat in the back of the building in my truck. I said, are you serious? I said, yeah. I was like, now, I'm a spiritual psychoanalyst, and I was talking about this very sexual energy under this full moon. So this was a prime opportunity. I don't just go recording people like this. But I was like, I need to capture this on camera.
Yeah.
So then you'll hear me, and I was like, guys, we've been talking about this energy, and I just found a person, a Scorpio. Let's talk about this. And he goes on to proceed and say, well, I said it was about 45 minutes, but it was really more like an hour and a half. So I go to interview him, and you can tell it's a full investigation. We had this situation happen in the middle of the night, and I didn't think anything of it until 2 days later. I see him in the morning time, and I'm like,
you're like, oh goodness, yeah.
Yeah. And then it's because of my lack of trauma response and hers as well. We just giggled. He's like, as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking about sucking on your titties. As I was, and you'll hear it in the video. And as I interview him, you can see these are just absolute sick behaviors, which I should have reported. And that's where I realized in my specialty, this is where we get to a point where a person is too sick. They're a harm to themselves and to others. I was sure of the fact that the pickings aren't slim around this building, and that, you know what I mean, anything that came out, he was going to come on too. Right? So there was that. What really concerned me is after the word got out, a lot of the staff said this wasn't a one-off. And nobody would tell me what he was guilty of before that. And that's where I kind of looked at Salvation Army as how fucking dare you. Put a, you know what I mean, put a sicko like this. Like, you knew he had tendencies, and now he's out here doing this. At that time, he was drinking on the site. He was smoking weed with us. He actually gave me a mushroom. And I didn't even think about it until the next day. It was in my jammy pocket, and I pulled it out. I used it as for a divination that night for the full moon, so I burnt it up with a bunch of other herbs, you know, under the full moon. But yeah, he was doing all that, you know what I mean? And basically, you know, it's funny. I hate to be grotesque about it, but we're the last two you would pick to, you know, having a threesome when you have the girls that are out here, you know, all of that. So I really it was just too much. But I didn't actually do the right thing. Now, that goes back to the man in the red truck. This happened months ago. I was sitting out there early in the morning, and it's in my videos too, but it would take me forever to find that video. I record 4 to 5 of them a day. Yeah. So I'm sitting out there, and I'm like, he comes up, and he gives me a cigarette, because I had given him one prior. And he starts chit-chatting with me, and it ends up being relationship advice, and because that's usually where I focus, I always tell people to move on. Right? Stop, just move on. So he proceeds to tell me that the girl he's staying with, those aren't even his kids, and he's telling me all how they're not in a good thing. Which, from a narcissist, this is a pickup line at a bar. Oh, me and my baby mama are struggling, and I don't see this. It's first thing in the morning. I don't see the game that's being played on me because I'm just having a cigarette. So he tells me all that, and I give him some relationship advice. I give him my card, which has my YouTube channel, and he walks to his truck. Then he comes back, and so nonchalantly, I've never seen anything like this in my life. He leans up against my car and he says, "Would you like to have sex?" And I didn't know how to respond, but did it as respectfully. I'm actually a priestess, I'm celibate, and I have sexual trauma, so I don't participate. Thank you, I feel honored, but no. So it happened, and I didn't tell anybody. I told the girls, but nobody else. Then for months and months, he parks right next to me. And then all of this stuff. I go on a date on the 4th. The next morning, my tire is popped. I asked them to review the camera, but they still haven't. You know what I mean? It was fully popped. Right? So I have the tire, and I had it taken and inspected, and that was it. Red said he was going to start it. He said he hadn't got past 8 p.m. Right? So that happened. I didn't think much of it until the other morning, which was Monday morning. I don't know the date. Okay, so I'm sitting in my car. I wake up at unbelievable hours. I go to sleep real early, and I wake up to catch this stuff. So I'm sitting in my car doing ritual work about 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. It's dark. And during the shift, I see all of the employees. They wave at me. They're used to me. I see them. I never saw this man get in his truck. At 7 o'clock, he turns on the lights in his truck to let me know he's there, and then just sits there for 30 minutes. And then he peels off. There are so many times that he's sitting in his truck while you see where I sit, and his red truck is always right in the vicinity of me. All right? And he did it. Okay, so that morning, I got freaked out, but I didn't tell anybody. So later on that evening, I made a video. And in the middle of my video, I was like, "If you fucking freak, I know you're watching me. If you don't stop stalking me, I'm going to meet with your girl tomorrow while you're at work." The very next day, he didn't go to work. So I'm telling Diana about this. And Diana said, "He tried to get me in his truck yesterday." And I'm like, "What?" My trauma response, because I have a memory of being put in a car and taken away. I flipped, and that's where people saw me in the middle of the day crying and acting hysterical. It wasn't what happened on Monday. It was. Yeah.
I didn't know that you had experience.
Oh, I don't. I tell everyone. I just, I process, and I teach people
didn't
how to
even know
process.
that you had that emotional response on Monday.
No, it was bad. I couldn't hold it together. I walked in and just started crying, and all the staff, and that's how you guys found out. I didn't tell anyone. I couldn't hold it in. Is what happened.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then they're like, "Well, why didn't you tell anyone?" And that was the child in me. And it's like I just started crying harder. I never told anybody about any of this, and now I'm in trouble for not telling anyone, and they won't leave me alone. So I got trauma response in the fact of I wanted to stand up for Diana, because both cases were with Diana, right? Failing to realize until I had a third party, well, what the fuck is Diana doing at 3 o'clock? She has her own little promiscuous habits, and she, not to say a woman has ever asked her, but she doesn't go out acting like, so you have to know the woman to understand this. So I believe she's preying off of my defense, because I tend to fight for rights around here. So in that sense, she's like, well, I really need you to do the right thing and stuff. And so I had contacted a lawyer. I was going to go against the Salvation Army about this for putting us in this type of danger. And I was really going to go full gun forth on it. And I was like, no, I just wanted to stop. You know what I mean? I could spiritually get this guy to leave me alone. And then I was hoping you would get rid of the other ones. And I'm just like, this place is falling apart. Just let it fall apart. And when the new owners come, we can talk about all the things that are very uncomfortable. But right now, me shooting arrows at shadows is not helping. I feel like at this particular moment, I feel like I'm a troublemaker. You know what I mean? I started with the donations, and it's like, I'm over there like, well, this isn't fair, and that's not right, and you shouldn't do that. I got the security guard real hard today. I had every intention to walk through with my dildo just because he was being a dildo. And I'm not sure, and that's what I said. I made a video. I was like, is this illegal? Because you're allowed to possess it. He had gone to the fact I don't carry much. I carry this. So I put just this in the security thing, and he opened the cigarette pack. I'm like, I've never seen anyone do that.
Yeah, he's the supervisor visiting today, trying to
he told me all about it. So,
I corrected him a few times.
Okay, so you already knew.
Yeah.
He was being too anal. So I made jokes about it, and then my Holy Spirit was like, put your dildo in the purse and walk through it just to be a jerk to him and destroy him. And I was like, that's a little too much. But then I started thinking about the legality of it. I was like, I'm allowed to have this, right? Yeah. So, no, I don't.
You didn't confiscate it, did you?
No, but I didn't do it. I was thinking of, you're so funny. You're like, you did it, right? I did it. I actually veered away from it.
God said I was being a
That's-
bully because that would have traumatized him forever to like grab it, and I had every intention to hurt his feelings and make everybody look at him do it
Sure.
just for fun because he's being anal, obviously. So that's where I feel like I'm being too much. I feel like just hide in the room and stay away from people and stop making problems.
I don't think you're being too much.
Okay.
I think that I'm sorry that I haven't followed up sooner. I was
No,
really
it's
waiting for those.
You couldn't have done anything because I didn't say anything. I could have came to your office anytime, and that's what they kept saying. Did you go tell her? And I was like, I don't want to start this. Because
Okay.
once we start it, it's going to finish with, and I was really worried about the woman. She doesn't know, maybe she does. I don't think she knows. Her boyfriend's out there trying to fuck all the girls. But he's not the only one.
Mhm.
I've been through, most of us women that sit out there singly, there's a lot of men here that are straying away from their women and pursuing us women. For some of us can make jokes that it's a green card, but the other ways it's really happening. I've gotten proposition for sex in this parking lot more than any time in my life. And it's uncomfortable, obviously, and you gotta find new ways to deal with it, but you don't run around just saying that because then what about the kids and everything? It's like that is uncomfortable. But in this particular circumstance, he is a douchebag, for sure. And those aren't his kids, and I didn't want those kids and her put out because he's a douchebag.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't pursue this. I got really worried about that.
Mhm.
But he's also not stopping. So I sent that video. He parked right in front of where I freaking do right in front of the tree this time.
Yeah.
So then thank God, I just didn't go out yesterday morning.
Mhm.
And you'll see it. Yesterday morning, he was parked right in front of my tree waiting for me. Yeah, he's stalking the shit out of me. It's okay. I mean, at some point I was going to blow up or have to say something, but that's where everybody's like, why didn't you say something sooner? I didn't think it was a big deal. I thought I handled it.
Yeah.
Until I realized, damn, he's everywhere. And I made jokes. It's like he's always parked right next to me.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna do what I can about that gentleman.
Okay.
Because unless you have a recording of him saying something outright,
Mhm.
there's not a ton I can do about getting him out immediately. And
No, I don't expect that, just at least to keep his space and boundaries, respect
Correct.
space and
And so
boundaries.
that's the
And if he knows that he's, you know what I mean, that he's overstepped boundaries, then maybe he, just redirect, correct. Yeah, perfectly.
That's the approach. And then I would love to receive the video.
Yeah, I think you guys should possibly, because when I spoke to everyone else, they're like, oh, did they press charges? And I was like, well, they haven't heard the video. And automatically, we were told as victims of being part of it, we were supposed to press our own individual charges against this man, but you as the company, because ultimately, and this is, I chose not to, I'm choosing not to, but ultimately, if I have a problem, if something severe happens with one of the employees, it's the company that's at fault, right? So that's where we were looking at it, and I was like, oh, I don't want to get all into this. I really don't. So I just hope that you will, because something like this, he shouldn't be hired around other women. When you hear the video, you're going to understand. He should have like a label on him, a sex offender. Like it should be like on his credit check, the way that he describes his visualizations of women up to the age of 85, as he says in the video. Yeah, he's a sexual predator, so it's like, But if you give me your email, I'll go ahead and send that to you. And I'll write it down. Here, I gotta.
It's kind of long, so I can write it.
Here, you write it then.
We all have those. Mine is like forever long. I made it up and didn't know I was going to have to keep it forever. But yeah, that's what happened. I just didn't, when you're so used to it, that's what I was talking to a friend, is like, we're desensitized to the bullshit.
And used to not getting justice for these things.
Yeah, we never spoke up
Women and
before.
people,
We never,
yeah.
I was like, what were we supposed to do? What were we supposed to say? Were we supposed to wake everyone up at 3 o'clock and he's out here trying to, I don't know. I don't know what the normal response would be in most cases. And so at that time, I just got him on camera and tried to understand him, and he was validating every woman's fear of what the man behavior is. It was terrible.
And I also have high hopes for the new company, whether or not I'm a part of it. I see things going really left very fast. So I'm hoping that not working for the Salvation Army and the city not hearing with them.
They're trying to get out before they get kicked, like before the shit hits the fan. They're like running out,
Yeah.
Yeah, Salvation Army is like burning the files. They're trying to run out and before, trust me, I've been in here watching it for a long time. I've been documenting everything. They won't get away with it. Not later. The whole company, there's too many incidents. They showed, not even in my life, but it was even, on news for too long, that this was never a secure building. They just wanted the contract for the, to be able to be the in-between. And then when shit got tough and they had to actually, they got out of the way. So I do believe I have all hopes that the new company, but
And any new owner, they're picking up the trash if somebody else is, it's a demolished building, you're rebuilding the whole thing from the structure up. I don't think I don't know if they have this idea that this is a working structure.
I don't know, and I'm not sure if,
And that's just as you came in and anytime they bring in somebody new, or a high official, it's like, this is all broken and we want you to fix everything. And I fully understand your position, that's why I don't want to run at you at everything, but there's a lot.
No, I mean, but I do appreciate knowing these things so I can do stuff about what I have power or what I can't do, right? So yes, just.
Is there a possibility you'll transition with the new movement? You'll be part of the.
I'm not sure.
Not at all?
They haven't really let us know.
If they're gonna contract you or rotate your contracts over to new employees?
I know they're definitely not being rotated. I know that if they have positions open for our current staff, they would make everyone apply.
Shit.
So, very uncertain, and I just.
Especially if they haven't told you anything like that, yeah, to turn around and make sure all of you guys apply so you can get choice. Oh. Do you know anything about this company?
AI?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a little bit.
Do they have some other properties, or do they have some kind of background that they've ran shelters?
They have operated a tiny home village, those pallet shelters over on I-25 and.
I've heard about them, but they shut most of them down. I've heard about them.
They're one of the ones that are left, and they also do cold weather shelter staffing, kind of a temp staffing agency. And they were just acquired by a disaster relief company. So,
It's a no-name company that's coming in. Is that just to handle the government money? Because Salvation had their own money, or they just caught the government funding through it, and they would.
So everything that is spent here and provided to staff and clients is from the city of Denver.
Okay.
And so at the end of the day, it's the city of Denver picking a service provider to do the actual staffing and the work on the ground.
So then that means that as far as other than maybe the food and stuff like that, that means it's like rental. Some of that shit might not shift, because we were thinking that the rental assistance will go with Salvation Army because that was part of their.
That was actually also city funding, and I know that they're going to change the model and the structure, so I don't.
Okay, but it's still the city's money and not
Yes.
Salvation's. That was our big worry, is does the new company come in and they're gonna.
Yes, and I'm advocating and recommending that they not use Salvation Army as a food vendor anymore, because just
That was the second question. Do you think they'll keep the food vending going because Salvation Army is the one? Are there other food vendors?
I'm sure there are other food vendors. I'm not sure if they've looked into any. They're not letting me know much. They're just kind of learning where we're at currently. Trying to be as helpful as possible to, make this transition as smooth as possible. Have you heard about the listening session for?
Yeah, I'm gonna come in, but I'm trying to sort my thoughts because I don't want to bombard them with all of this. But I have more questions than anything. I'll be the one that definitely stands there and wants to know it all.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. I've been part of these. It's a sad thing, and that's why I'm here. It's like I don't want to be the voice of change, but if I can make a change before I go, because obviously, it's not one size fits all, and it's a I don't know what the word is for the culture of quietness that goes along with needing.
Yeah.
Government help, but there's a quietness of it's like you get what you get and you don't throw a fit and you don't say shit.
It's terrible.
It really isn't, and I don't know what the word or term would be for that, but it's like it's everybody's quiet. Nobody's gonna tell anybody anything. They'll talk amongst each other, but they don't want to stir up anything. They don't want to get kicked out. There's a lot of fears of change or implementing change or even concerns. I don't know how many complaints you actually get, of people.
Not a ton of direct complaints, but I do get the occasional grievance form, and I try my best to, address them as thoroughly as possible.
Most people I've noticed, they just deal with it till they can't deal with it, and they either they self-destruct and get themselves kicked out, or they run away. And that's where I was. I had the fight or flight yesterday so bad. 2 days ago, I was like, I just want to pack up and go. I'm sure there's another shelter. But that's not going to really, it's not like another shelter is the problem. It's being able to, handle the problems as they come. I can't say there's a better shelter for us.
So, I will take this information and get it to HR.
Okay.
I look forward to getting the video. or
Okay,
at least,
yeah, I'll send that right away.
Any sort of snippet of it if you're not.
It's in the first 4 minutes. I mean, if you can digest any more, you're welcome to, but all you need is in the first 4
I
minutes.
promise I will not subscribe or watch any more than is needed, okay?
Okay, appreciate it. Cool.
Thank you very
Watch out,
much.
Anna. Come on. No, you're not going with me. You're coming here. Come on.
You have a good rest of your day, okay?
You too. Bye-bye. Well,
There's our formal statement. Did she know I was recording? No, the cards were blocking the thing. Well, I told her I didn't want to be part of it, but I was going to, and she gave me some answers, and I gave her some. Kind of towers. That was a bitty tower. Let's move forward. What I was talking about earlier, before all that happened. You're like, you're gonna keep all that? You're not gonna just, no? My life is recorded. It's documented for a reason. Things are real. They really happen in my fucking life. What's really happening in your life? Nothing. Nothing is happening. I live in the space. I'm pulling out my Callies. And we're gonna pull out those. What else? Dante is what I'm seeing. So the situation that happened earlier, I was like, every time I try to fucking make a connection, you wanna fucking shut down. I'm not, whatever. I've been doing this for too long. Do you think I care? I made a whole video about that earlier. And I think, going back to it, saying that, you know what I mean, he got used. I'm sorry. What do you mean? Well, I mean, I used you to feel good about myself. You didn't do the same. Did your life not get better? Mine did. What's the problem here? And then I started thinking about it. I was like, maybe it's these I'm looking for a friend with benefits, and this person doesn't have the ability to be that friend and give me those benefits. All I can come up with is negativity. It wasn't a positive act. I'm like, well, okay. Where are we at? Emissary of heaven. Well, that's nice. That's what it is this is supposed to inflict a tower on me. This action is supposed to make me feel some type of way. How do I feel about it? I'm seeking understanding if I feel any way about this. And that's why they want me to talk my way through this, because maybe I do have some feelings and they won't come up until later. Or maybe I really don't feel any way about it. This is what this is. Let's check the feelings. Number 12. So we're going to walk our way through this. And yeah, she spent like 20 minutes in my video talking about some shit. But that's okay. There's always some shit around here. Life goes on. Lord of Waste. As our heroes journey to the place where the misers are punished. No, we already read you. We're on 13. Emissaries, yeah. Dante and Virgil's sojourn is cut off at the gates of the city of Dis, as demons bar the gates and refuse them entry. Dante quails in fear, believing they will be trapped here forever, but Virgil summons an angel who opens the gates. I shared a video in my community page last night about the scripture that says, God opens doors. Divination. No adventure of great significance will transpire entirely according to plan. If you find yourself faced by an obstacle that seems unsurpassable, do not give in to despair. The correct solution may not have presented itself just yet, but it will arrive. This may require, as with Virgil, a direct appeal to those in position of power and leadership to step in and offer their assistance. Isn't that what just happened right now? No one can overcome every challenge alone, and it is not a weakness to ask for support. Well, that's what she said. Think outside the box and expand your mind to unconventional solutions. Be patient with creativity. The way before you will open and the journey will continue. On page 23. I see Gabriel in this picture. That's how I see Gabriel. Going back to it, he holds the keys. Actually, that's what I told Wolfman. I'm the gatekeeper. I'm looking for the key master. What does that mean? I'm the gatekeeper to the ascension path? Like, you know what I mean? Who holds the keys? You can run out a door, dude, but if it's not meant to open, it won't open. And it's funny because I look at this and it's like the door closed itself. I was standing in this doorway, right? It's a terrible thing, but when I look at Bobby, I look at a future a stable future. Why? I think, now that I'm looking at it, to be honest, I think it's because of who he is, not because of who I am. He lives that life. And when I think about it, it gets me very upset. Right? And I was willing to clip my wings to live that life that makes him comfortable because of the joy that he brings me. Right? That's how that looked. That wasn't my life. That's your life. And for any woman to be part of your life, they have to play those roles. Right? And realistically, you should probably, as I said, stay in hell that you've created for yourself. But through him, I understood the compassion. I learned something. There are situations, like his situation, it was ideal just to be friends with benefits. But it wasn't because of his situation, and that's what I told him. I realized because of my situation, and that's why we were okay together. He needs something stable and secure and predictable and, a strong foundation. He needs a husband. More than I do, if you want to think about it. Realistically, he needs that wife to play that husband role to keep the house together. Well, okay. At first I was very offended by the fact that you think that's my job is to be somebody's house bitch. But then I realized the respect and honor that came with having that role and how significant that role is to the right man. But then I realized that every woman that plays this role is disrespected by that man. So I didn't really care for that. But I still learned great lessons. I'd be lying if I didn't say that I had hoped that something great would come from it. But in my videos, I told you, I had learned to just accept the moment and not try to stretch it or make it bigger than what it needed to be. It's take it for what it was, at face value. Right? So what it was an opportunity. An opportunity in love and expansion. And that's all it is. You hope for more opportunities. But then the door closes. Now, you take the opportunity, you take the growth, and you take the understanding, and you don't close down just because this person closed down on you. You don't close down. You open yourself up to more possibilities. And I believe it could have been in that wording he might have got upset, because ultimately, he doesn't have no choice but to go home, back to the hell he's created. He cannot escape unless somebody accommodates him from the outside. So it takes a lot of sacrifice, but the right woman, as I said I would, and maybe another, will make those kind of sacrifices out of love. Thank God I didn't have to. I didn't have to be in a position to meet his fucking wife in the future. I didn't have to fucking be in a position of any of this, but I was willing after fighting the fears of my mind. That's all that matters. I may have wanted to do this with you, but the fact that you drove me to want this again was all that matters. To show how far I will go after I said I'm not going nowhere. So for you to shut down, that doesn't matter to me. You do this every time I try to open up to you. That does not matter. I started laughing to myself. Well, I guess he's going to play daddy for Halloween. That doesn't matter to me, my dear. In essence, we're right back where we started. No matter what I want from a man, you can't give me. And that is killing you inside. Because what kind of man are you if you can't give such things to a woman? And it's not just me. It's just your woman doesn't want the same things. But any woman, righteous woman, does want such things. You're not upset with me. You're upset with yourself and your life. All I was trying to do was have an adventure with you. And you can't have an adventure. So you hate me for that. And you want me to go away. All I wanted was a partner. But you can't be that. So I hate you and I want you to go away. Go away then. Doesn't matter. I've come to peace. What am I yearning for? What experience did I yearn for with you? We've never been able to go past sex. Ever. So I went as far as we could go. And this is where it ends. And that's what I said. Why would I make you a booty call when you can't even pick up the phone? I'm in that place of sexual exploration. But I have to be with a partner I can't do as others do. Let's just leave it at that. All you're going to make me do is have to push myself to not stay comfortable. Push me out of my comfort zone by doing this. You're not going to turn off my sexual desire or my want for that next level relationship. None of this, you can't turn it off on yourself. Perhaps you can. But you're not going to turn me off by rejecting me. That's what you don't get. When a woman or man knows what they want, they're going to go after what they want. I know what I want. And that's not my fault that you can't fulfill my wants and my needs and my desires. I wasn't going to let you fuck me in the ass, so it's an equal give and take, I think. I wasn't going to fulfill your wants, your needs, and your desires either. So that means you'll always be wanting a girl that you could fuck in the ass. Always. You better fuck your wife in the ass, bro. Seriously, though. That's what she signed up for. That's till death do you part. That piece of ass is yours. You're not supposed to be out fucking other girls in the ass. Realistically. But in the sense of, you know what I mean? Like, it all goes back to it. I didn't want that life until I saw you. Does that mean that I only want it with you? No, that just means you sparked that inside of me. To where I went to all lengths to find that. And I still can't find it in you, so what's the problem here? There's so much of this. You guys get so mad at me because you're not what I need. Why is that a problem to you? Why is that a problem? You know, going back to Russ, I told him in the beginning, you can't be what I need. Clearly. But looking back, and that's why I was so grateful for Jonica. I could have never done this. I could have never been that for you. I can't be what you need. Why is there got to be jealousy and animosity to the fact that we can't fulfill each other's needs, wants, and desires? Why can't that just be okay? Why do you have to be jealous that I find someone that can? Why are you mad about that? All of you. You all hold this resentment. Why can't I be that guy? Why can't you? What's wrong with you? Not me. You guys acted this whole time like I was asking for so fucking much. You give so little, and you think it's so much. If I don't want your pocket, and I don't want your dick, then what use do you have in my life is how you look at yourself. You don't know what other purpose a man has, if it's not to provide and fuck. You don't know what it really means. Why? Because you're missing what the provision is. It was never that. It was about providing love and support. Companionship. It wasn't about fucking, it was about making love. None of you know this. You don't know what a holy union is. You're just in a bunch of fucking dirty marriages. And that goes back to Royce. Royce shared this shit. Of course, leave it to his dirty heart to open up and cry about women. Said, what did he share? The woman you hurt is going to be the woman you needed. No, you need a therapist. Because you hurt every woman. And you didn't fix it. We all hurt people. Hurt people hurt people. The difference is when you go back and you fix it and you apologize and you make things better. When you hurt people and run away, you just go back hurting other people. You didn't need us. You don't need a woman. No more than I need a man. I need a man to make me feel safe. I need a man for what, guys? Tell me. God says if I have a man, things will be better. I need. It's not a need. It's a desire. It's a want. It's not a need. I don't need a man to survive. Neither do you need a woman to survive. I'm seeing the priests in that sense, the ones that don't touch little boys. They go forever controlling that thought or impulse. Do not tell me that they don't see these hookers coming into the church all day. These little Catholic girls, these dirty ass bitches that think it's cute to dress like that in front of the Lord. They dress in front of the Lord's men, tempting them. After church, these men that sit there with nothing but the image of God, and here comes these women in these little skirts with their titties popped up, looking like, you know what I mean, all of this. These men of God are now standing before the man of God and trying not to sin by their eyes and their thoughts. Some of them give in. I'm sure there's some dirty ass priests masturbating to the congregation. Most of them don't. It doesn't mean they don't have the arousal of a beautiful woman. They choose to see that. They choose to program their mind to see that woman different. They choose to control these energies, these urges, these impulses. Same thing for a nun. Do you think she doesn't long to have a family, to have the touch of a man, to know what it feels like to have children, to be part of a family, to give up her life to just be alone with God? Seeing Troy, I think you'll find the romance very one-sided. We give up the fleshly desires, the flesh impulses, the things that feel good to our flesh, for what makes our soul feel good. I'm good with you. I'm good without you. You were supposed to only make me feel better, not make me feel bad. And yet here you are trying to make me feel bad. Why didn't you just communicate with me why you felt you needed to shut down? Can I be mad? No, because that was my behavior for the first year. I would fucking get so mad at people and just block them. And then unblock them looking like an idiot and have to apologize. Speaking of Royce, there's a good example. But Royce said that. It's like, you don't get to go back to the people you shit on and say, oh, I really needed you. You really needed to move on, and I really needed to learn that lesson, and that's why you shat on me the way you did. When a person says, I'm sorry, all that means is they acknowledge their part. Doesn't take away what they did. Doesn't make anything better. Just means that I acknowledge I had a part to play in this. And forgive me for the things that this may have, how this may have made you feel. That's all that means. Then there's those that never apologize for any of their behaviors. They just expect you to accept them. This is just how I act. I'm not going to apologize. There's nothing wrong. I was justified. I'm allowed to act like this. Those are the ones They won't stop calling if I don't do that. Those are the ones that will just continue those acts. I make mistakes. And as soon as I become aware of them, I come back and I apologize for my mistakes. Right? I'm learning as I go through this whole situation. And people like to watch, what they think is failures, but they're not. They're just learning curves. Well, I didn't expect that. You didn't know that was... No, I didn't know that was going to happen. You expect me to have this worldly knowing after I don't have the conscious mind anymore. I'm gaining worldly knowing by just trying to understand. which is good because I'm not pre-programmed. But when my programming comes in, it's usually quite negative and very low vibrational, and I have to reset that programming. Meaning, at face value, you're a whole fucking washed up mommy's boy that's got a lot of fucking issues. And since I've got so many, this really explains why we had such a connection. It's kind of mean when it comes from my mind. So I try to find ways to put it through my heart. But this whole fucking crazy fucking relationship between us makes sense. When I'm at my lowest, there you are. But when I'm doing good and I'm at my highest, you're nowhere to be found. If we really want to be ugly about the situation. But I choose not to be ugly. Why? As fun as it is, then I just feel bad later. Because I hurt someone's feelings. So what I do to hurt your feelings? What I do? That's really what it is. It's, do I really... Your feelings are your feelings, and you're going to have to deal with your feelings. And, your actions are supposed to are meant to hurt, to make me feel some type of way. They're supposed to ignite something inside of me, right? I'm not sure what I was supposed to feel that way, but since we've been through this so many times, I feel no way about it. I laugh at you every time you do it. Why? Because it got to be too much. And the fact that I'm too much isn't appalling anymore. It's entertaining. She told me to come. That was the director that you didn't hear. That was the director of this whole location that came to my door. And she asked me she expected that I brought the dildo through on that guy. She expected that of me. What do you expect me to do? That's too much. She said she expected it. I don't think that was too much. I've told him all day to calm down. Well, I got something in my purse for him. Yeah, since I might do it. She thought it was funny. That's it. It's like, no, whatever. Be mad. I don't even know what I did to piss you off this time. Who gives a fuck? You're fucking temperamental, dude. Why? Because you have a fucking very high-strung life. You just want to fuck and you can't because you got problems in your life. Oh, that's not my problem. I don't give a fuck. And you're mad because because everybody has to, walk out on you because of the life you chose. Right? We can't stay here with you in this. People aren't going to stay around in your bullshit, in your pity parties. And that's it. Just like that guy that morning. Oh, my marriage isn't working out. My girlfriend isn't working out. Us girls sit there and that's your way of walking us into your threesome. Your situation. That's, oh, well, I told you. Yeah, you told me it wasn't working. The fuck is this? Now you guys are, what? Now it works real well every time. You guys have a really good marriage every time we fuck? That's great. Stupid ass. I have a really great life. That's really what it is. I got what I needed. And what I need is more. And you are not available for more. And you just get mad about that. That's not my fucking problem. And that's where it is you wanted more out of me. And I was like, ugh. But I dealt with it. Could I be more? That's the difference between me and you. Can I be more? Most definitely. Can you? Certainly not. You're so offended, right? Down to Wolfman. You're so offended that you couldn't be the emperor to the empress. Do you know what that takes? You're ready for it at 35 years old? I thought you could be. No, you've done nothing to prepare yourself to be somebody's fucking, man of steel. You've done nothing to be the high priest. You've done nothing to be the emperor, the lord to the lady. You think it's just walking around with a pretty lady. This is a woman of power. This is divine power. That's what the woman is. Divine power. Should you be so fucking humble to acknowledge the goddess? And that is not fucking Royce's perception of his pussy-whipped relationship. This bitch ain't got goddess written nowhere near her. He honors the fact that she's a better mother than his was. Well, the standard's pretty low there, Royce. All you gotta do, bitches, is be better than his mother. Just one notch. And you're gonna impress this motherfucker. But just know, the whole reason he's attracted to you is because you're like his mother. Know that. He's looking for a mommy. Or a little girl. wants someone to play mommy, to replace his mommy, someone to make his food, to take care of his kids, to wash his clothes, to care for him when he's wounded. He needs a mommy. A man that didn't have a strong mother is going to exert you into being the most ugliest mother ever. He's gonna need you to clip his fucking toenails type dude. Seriously? Yeah, super special needs, because his mommy wasn't there. So he's going to need you to come in and play that role in his life. And that goes back to these girls. They didn't have a father that could provide for them, a father that was caring and respectful. None of that. They learned the attention of young boys. They need you to be a man, but all they're looking for is a young boy. You guys are so fucking distorted. You need God. 100%. And you did need the goddess. You needed to know the loving aspect of the female energy. And that's where we got the Kelly card. I'm going to go ahead and pull that. I forgot I put it away. It's like you need God's tough love in the female form. What do we got, God? Oh, we got God. We got God. That's a masculine. There's not many masculines in my feminine deck. Is that Sermonis? Oh, who's that guy? Is that my Emperor? He looks like a Sagittarian. He's shooting his shot. This could be a great card. Realistically, is all you did was close your own door. You didn't close no door to me. I didn't know if we were going to go through this door or not. You didn't even pick up the phone, loser. Your lifestyle doesn't... You don't have what it takes to love a goddess. I'm a goddess, bro. If I call you in the middle of the day and say, come eat my pussy, then you should be here. No questions asked. Yeah, I'll be right there. You want me to bring something? Yeah, bring me some sage while you're at it. It shouldn't be a question. That's how it should be. Women don't ask for such things. They don't know their desires. But about 2 o'clock, sure, I'll meet you. Yeah, come holler at a girl. And the essence is like, yeah, before the kids get home. Seriously. Give me a night to remember. Something to think about while I'm fucking doing dishes, laundry, and fucking cooking. Realistically, I'm a goddess. I know my worth. I know what I want, and it's not my fault that you can't provide that. Move out of the way. You're blocking. You're blocking the man that's got his tongue ready. He's got like a kiss tongue. Like, and even if he doesn't know if he can make it past 2 rounds, he's willing to try. He's willing to give it all night. He's not in a hurry. He's not in a hurry to go to work. He's not in a hurry to get home. He's not in a hurry. He's in it for the long haul. I'm going to leave this here, really. Yeah, I'll read this later. Really, I don't want to. They're so deep. Damn it. I already talked a lot. I already talked to that lady. I had to be an adult already. I like how he's all in blue. He's beautiful. I like the blue. This is not my cards. Let's see. Where's that one? Got a lot of decks. She saw my altar. I like your altar. Yes, Jesus sits at the highest throne. Alright, 36. I told her everything before she met me, and then they get up here and they're like, ooh, ah. They love to come up here and check out my room. They never go past the altar, to be honest. No, only when they were checking to see if anybody was jumping out the window. I mean, I feel like it, but no. We're gonna survive. I will survive. Alright, what is this? Her heart contains the seeds for your soul. The complete awareness of the divine destiny she has always intended for you. There is a sacred purpose for which you were born, and a meaningful, divine, protected pathway for you to fulfill it. Only you can decide to put your faith and commitment into that path, and to take one step at a time, and honoring what has value to your heart, turning into her plan, or her loving plan. In taking those steps, the pathway will reveal itself, and you shall attract greater blessings than that will benefit all beings. So, here's how it works, guys. You guys are trying to see your life. You're creating it. You're taking steps towards your future. Okay, cool. I am too. These are the steps. We're just taking different paths. We're all going to end up in the grave. You're just taking a different route. I'm taking the scenic route. Really? Yeah. You see your life and how it ends, so you're taking your steps there. I see my life and how it ends, and I'm taking my steps there. But you're not moving. Yes, I am. The cards say when to take action and when not to. Am I chasing a career and a job? Am I looking for a job that I can make a career? No. I have a career. This is my long-term, this is my retirement plan, what we're doing right here. I'm living in my purpose. All right? Is there something else I'm supposed to be doing right now? I mean, obviously meeting requirements, which I do. But other than that, you know, you guys are trying to find this path. God reveals the path. He opens the door. When the heart is ready, a compelling question arises. For what purpose was I born? I ask you this all the time. What the fuck did God bring you here for? The sacred feminine within the heart knows how to grow and evolve organically and instinctively. There's a sacred masculine energy within the heart, too. It yearns to manifest meaningful truth, to protect that which is worthy, and to dictate our efforts towards clear purpose. Told you, you activated my emperor. It provides for, and that's it. She's not going to be harmed by this. You're not going to hurt my feelings. My logical thinking will not allow you to hurt my heart. Because logically speaking, your actions are just pathetic. It provides for our loved ones and creates a safe place within where the feminine values of love and connection can thrive. And that's it. My mind can protect me of all of this, dude. It knows better than to act off of your stupid actions. And that's with great training. And that's where the mind comes in. Oh, well, we're still in love. It remembers. I can't tell my mind something different. It has watched the cards for 2 weeks. It believes in Gabriel. It believes in this purpose. Okay, it wasn't that guy. We have accepted that how many times through this trip? You're not the guy that I'm hanging out with on Halloween. That's okay. It doesn't mean I'm not. You didn't ruin my plans. We go on. Who's going with me? Who's coming with me? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Can we talk about that? How do you organize that? How is that set where you guys come at the same time? How does that happen? I don't know. I'll find out when I finally do. As that masculine energy grows and evolves within the soul, it expresses a desire to accomplish these aims for a broader community and a higher purpose. My mind knows what my heart is here to do. It gets a little distorted with the fucking inner child that comes in, but my mind keeps me on track because it knows what I'm supposed to do. It's been here the whole time. Artha, in that sense, is the search for meaning, for a higher purpose, for the methods of creative expression and spiritual exploration that gives our lives clear direction. And that's where the masculine energy came in, the Knight of Wands. That's not a feminine energy by no means. It's like, it knows what's best for me. It knows that I want to experience more like that. It hears my heart's cry for more. So, it's taking action. It's making action. It's allowing me to have this experience. My masculine is allowing me to have, taking action to have these experiences because this is what my heart wants. It's not standing in my way. It's working with me. Right? So, okay. I know you want to get married, but you're not ready for that. How about we just start with a friend and some dates and sex? Okay, but I don't know how to date. I'm not a girlfriend. Okay, then a friendship, a long-term friendship that'll turn, and that's where it is. It's like we had to reprogram all this based on my heart's needs and my inner child's fears to come up with a logical thought and a plan of action. Realistically, if I wasn't so sensitive to, if I was brave enough, having a one-night stand isn't, is typical human behavior. I could never do that. Well, we'll see if I could ever. In the essence, it's like I'm not only living up to my own standards, not man's, and God's. God knows that He knows the bigger plan. He knows everything I'm really about to do before I do it. He knows that I've got to do such things. He knew I was going to give him a blowjob that time. He knew that these were baby steps to reclaiming my sexuality, to making me feel comfortable, for getting me back on the horse. Okay, I got on, and you tried to say I fell off. That's not what happened! Do you guys want to know what we're fighting over? Something like that. Literally, yeah. I was like, that's not how I remember it. I said, what are you talking about? You're being crazy. And that's what happened. I said, no, you're mixing up your girls. Are you serious? I swear, that's what we're fighting over right now. Because I can't remember. We're fighting over my memory. That's nice. That's nice. And you called me crazy? That's twice as nice. I don't like you right now. Go away. Fine, go back to your wife. Fuck her. Fuck her. I will move on and have another memory. I'll do this again, and this time I'll remember. Fuck you, fuckhead. In the essence, that's what pretty much is happening. Really? Something like that. For the method of creative... I was trying to remember something. For their method of creative expression and spiritual exploration. And that's why I said, you lied. That's not how it happened. That's not what happened. And then he either got caught up in a lie, or I just didn't understand, or we were miscommunicating. And so I accused him, and he accused me, and then this is it. Well, fine. I don't have time for this. Stupid. For the methods of creative expression and spiritual exploration that give our lives clear direction. That's why I said, I don't fall off. You fall off. Clear direction and emotional fulfillment. In our intellectually driven society, we prefer to know the destination first, and then become somewhat willing to trust we are making progress, provided we feel in control as where we are going. However, the truth of manifestation of life's purpose is somewhat different. That's it. You don't know where you're going. It's one step at a time. All I have is one vision, and I work off that vision. I don't overwork that vision. I don't try to expand that vision. I work off that vision, and I sit still. You guys want to paint the whole picture. Picture me rolling is what I'm saying. Not to mention, if the night works out, I talked all day about having an enormous dildo that I don't play with. I might end up playing with myself here. The often painful first step is to give up our stranglehold on how, when, where, who, and what. Only then can we drop into the and that's it. How am I supposed to get married? When am I supposed to get married? Who am I going to get married with? What are you talking about? How's this going to work? None of that matters. And that's it. It's like, if you have this intention to just start with something like this, for realistically, that's, that's as far as I can go in this situation. It has to be a friend, because it has to be someone that I already feel comfortable with. That's the definition. Not a stranger. I can't have sex with a stranger. It has to be a friend. And you know what I mean? And that's the definition, a friend with benefits. That leads to a long-term commitment and a holy union. It's still the same thing. It's just rewording it to sound better, just changing the narrative in my mind so that it eliminates the fear, and taking the proper steps. I may have gone ahead of myself saying we needed to get married, and then, I don't know. I may have got ahead of myself. In the sense of, I saw that what it would take, but I realized that I have to take different steps to this. Only then can we drop into the more intuitive way to which is guided from the feminine wisdom within. Then we will truly be making spiritual progress towards manifestation and fulfillment at every level. At these times, the rational mind is stuck by the notion that it has no idea what, if anything, is happening. That's where I'm always at. What the fuck is happening? And that's where you think nothing's happening, because you don't see anything happening. Your brain can't perceive it. It's the same as a download. You can't see it, you can just feel it. It looks like nothing's happening, but there's a lot happening right now. And you can't tell that if you're in the happening. This is when the inner masculine needs to trust the inner feminine. There may be some healing work required so that the trust, for that trust to be generated. And that's where the mind doesn't believe the heart. It's like, no, I said, have faith, ye of little mind. Really? Yeah. Such healing can ask you to have the courage and wisdom to move beyond the intellectual assessment of what you think you should be doing and your self-created ideas about what evidence of success you should have manifested by now. And that's it. It's like, by now we're still doing this, but you're still triggering in the same old patterns. Well, I guess so am I. You will need to shift from assessing your self-healing journey. You will be asked, as soon as I said that, it's like, Jesus Christ. I thought I could finish this with Russ in one summer. The healing journey I really noticed the dark night of the soul journey It picked up in the spring. I figured by summer I could get it done. By the end of summer, I'd be back to myself. God damn that. You will be asked to allow yourself to grow into the path you are seeking. The acorn, we must keep one, always, for the druids. It stays right there in front of the tree of life with the Palo Santo and the bell for your solar plexus. Perfect. Anyways, the acorn, where is it? I lost it. I mean, I know where it is. I lost where I was reading. Was I on this side already? No, not yet. There it goes. The acorn doesn't appear much like an oak tree, but knows how to become one. You will have to trust in the innate intelligence of your own healing process and soul's knowing. Only then can you be sure you will not miss your purpose, nor attempt to climb mountains not meant for you. And this cannot bring you benefit and happiness or peace. That's it, dude. I was about to climb one hell of a mountain with you, and that wasn't meant for me. I didn't have to go through that. I didn't have to go through all that for love, or sex, or companionship, or anything. I didn't have to go through that. How dare you project on me all these years? Make it seem like my life was too hard. It was only hard because you needed stability. There's nothing wrong with my life. It's nothing but adventurous. Ugh. Artha, however, is not only... Do you know how many people thrive off of it? And you just sit around... there's so many of you. You just want me to be stuck like you. Get a job, get a life, sit around, pay the bills, don't do anything. Just like you, huh? 55, 60 hours a week? Same old, same hoe? Shut up, bro. If I had something beautiful to come home to that would make me happy, I'd give up all my freedoms for that. But you're not giving me a beautiful home to come home to. You want me to create that home. What about what I come home to? I have that home. Ugh. I sit at the highest table. I have dinner with Jesus and all of the ascending masters. I spend all my time at the highest thrones. You want me to sit on the fucking floor and eat the crumbs with you? And be grateful. And it's not even about the food we're eating, because as you can see, she's very disgusted by the fucking food here. Some people are. I don't find it too disgusting. Some of them are. There's some shit we do not eat. Don't eat any of the tacos, any of the rolled tacos, any of the Hispanic looking meals. Don't eat that. And I got real sick that one time I ate that other thing. It's not about what's on the plate, bro. I'll have water. That's cool. I didn't bring an appetite. I'll drink water. I'm fine. It is also about the capacity to accomplish our tasks, the meaning and the means necessary to do so. The universe provides all such means, for emotional learning to financial support. And, just like this, it's like, dude, you don't give a shit. I'll pull my dress off and fucking climb up and watch a fucking great movie and, laugh with the Holy Spirit and never ever think about you again. You swear. I had a desire to be with you. I was with you, and I filled that desire. I felt what it felt like to be with you. And yes, I desired more. But it's not like I'm going to go out to all lengths to try to be with you again. I desire more of those experiences, whether with you or with another. I know I found my desire. In Scorpio season, I know what I do have desire for intimate. What's the problem? I just sit here as a child and I see your guys' behaviors and I just can't understand. And then I'll have to take this over to Morgan and be like, Morgan, you fucking blocked me. What would you say? I don't know. A lot. I've said like 5 videos in the middle of one of them. What the fuck did I do? And that's where it is. I'm supposed to question my behaviors that made you cut off your love to me. Conditional. I didn't meet the conditions and the requirements of whatever the fuck it took for your fucking hump and dump. Fuck off. That's what it is. You're trying to use me, but you're getting used real badly and you don't like it. You're my practice to perfection, and none of you like it. Well, I'm sorry we couldn't perfect it, but this was great practice for me. Trying to practice some sex magic. I don't have a practitioner. Didn't I make that very fucking clear? I thought I did. Anyways, many people have a complex set of beliefs about emotion. In the essence, I need someone on a new moon and a full moon. Let's just start there. And then what about my birthday that's coming up? I want birthday sex too. I have long-term demands. That's why I said I need a long-term commitment. But I don't just want sex, I want a friend too. That's why I reworded this. What's wrong with you? Oh, I can't do that. I can't be available on holidays and special days. Get away from me, bro. What about the middle of the day when the kids aren't home? That's what I mean. You can't meet my needs and desires, but I'm supposed to sit around waiting, you know what I mean? Waiting for you to get home and meet your needs and desires? This is unequal relationships, guys. Oh. Many people have a complex set of beliefs about emotional and material support. They are largely inherent, often not particularly functional, and yet adapted with reflection. We can struggle, go get your money. I can make more money than you can, bitch. Sorry. It's like, fucking put me on a pole and watch me fucking ride this motherfucker. You're gonna be fucking X'd out, bro. Stupid asses. Why do you think women become strippers? Because we could strip you from every fucking piece of gold and you're gonna go home with nothing to feed your families. Don't you fucking make me use this fucking energy to strip you from everything. That's why they're called strippers. They strip away your dignity in your pockets. We don't strip our clothes, we strip away everything that you are by just taking off our clothes. It's so simplistic. Can't you see? All I had to do was show up in that outfit and you were done. All your dignity, all your pride, everything you ever worked for was gone, out the window. Stupid. You're powerless to pussy. All of you are. A bunch of pussies. And that's where it is. It's like, we could really, if I wasn't here for equality, we could set this whole motherfucker on fire. We could go back to Diana's days of nothing more than the warrior goddesses of, you know what I mean, of the Amazonians. We don't need men. We know where the clit is. Jesus Christ. And the Holy Spirit has no problem giving us children. You, on the other hand, can you make a fucking baby and stick around for it? Oh! Ooh! Jerry! No, he said he can't make a baby. And he can't stick around for it. Did he say it or did he show me? Moving on. Anyways, the Oracle asks you to consider what your belief systems are and not a reflection of an inviolable reality, but an expression of the best way you could deal with your past. Burn it. You owe no alliances to a belief system. It either supports you or it does not. Believing this just makes me feel bad. I choose not to believe this anymore. That's it. You choose to believe the shit that makes you feel bad. You can choose your own reality. People will call you crazy. It doesn't matter. Whatever gives you peace of mind. You're seeking peace of mind outside of alcohol, drugs, sex, and food. Okay? Okay. To allow yourself to be supported beings, supported... Nana, what are you doing? Sorry. I hear the kid. My spirit said the kids are coming. Yourself to be supported, bringing benefit to all beings. Give yourself permission to do the inner work necessary. I told you, my Holy Spirit knows all things. My Holy Spirit said you were coming. Can I finish up these 4 lines?
Let's see what Mary texted me.
What did Mary text you?
I texted her asking for money for my birthday, right?
Uh-oh.
And she's like, I get that you and me aren't really close, but I feel really hard that you keep texting me like this out of the blue.
Uh-huh.
Like, we're strangers. Look. I wrote this entire paragraph back.
Oh,
I'm
God.
like, bro, we're strangers. That's all I am to you.
Trigger. Mary's extremely sensitive. You gotta watch your words with that one.
I know.
Why'd you ask her for money?
For my birthday?
Amelia, her birthday comes before yours. It was
I know,
very
you give-
rude.
You give her money every year, don't you?
Amelia. And then you gaslighted her. You made her
How?
this message.
It's not gaslighting.
You don't have to fight her. Don't fight. Oh, man. Oh, man.
It's not fighting, it's not gaslighting.
She made you feel bad for not keeping a connection with her and only asking her for money. Did you...
She's a stranger to me.
So, do you ask strangers for money?
Sometimes.
Come on, Mel. You have to
Being
take some
serious.
accountability
I
for
did.
this.
I did.
I know you're feeling upset because she kind of, hurt your feelings, but her feelings were hurt
I know.
first. So now both my girls are running around with hurt feelings? Oh, man. It's her fault, though, too, because she always flourishes you with gifts on your birthday, so you asked if she was going to do what she always does. She may not be in a place. You know Mary takes care of her boyfriend, her dad, and her brother. Give it some time. Mary's really good about coming back and, trying to fix it. But you know what it is? I gotta be honest, it's a reflection. I could read that message and I could get on the phone right now and say, didn't I tell you the same thing? Because that's how it is. That's how she treated me. And she would only hit me up for money around her birthday. I haven't heard from her, but I promise I will. The closer, it's only October, bro. It's not November yet. You're ahead of schedule. It's just a mirror, because I told her the same thing. So then she turns around and tells you that. But who she needs to be telling it to is her deadbeat dad and her deadbeat boyfriend. But that's what happens when you take care of so many people around you. You can't help out anybody else. And she always, you weren't wrong to ask, because she always sends you great things. So you were just asking to see if she was going to do it again. You weren't being greedy. You're not in the wrong. You don't have to explain it, but at the same time, try to understand where she is.
I know.
Because she's like, well, damn. And that's how I feel. They're not going to call me till their birthday. Come closer to Christmas, Aaron's going to be calling me left and right, reminding me that I have a relationship with him so that I can put in money into this relationship. Hey, welcome. Mary Jane is who? She's my oldest daughter. She's 23. She'll be 24 on the 17th of November, same as Bobby's birthday. She's a Scorpio too. So I was like, really? You got a lot of problems there? You remind me of some... No, not really. Sorry about that. Let me finish this reading here. As Kali is rebirthing energy, it is time to dispense with the past, especially if there has been wounds around a lack of security. The oracle guides you to open your heart and mind to the reality of the material means necessary for your continued development are provided. Maybe he was embarrassed because I said I was going to go fucking... I don't know. Am I embarrassing to you? Am I supposed to feel bad because you're embarrassed by me? I thought these things didn't matter. This story is supposed to teach everyone that it's not supposed to matter. Love can break all bounds. That's the whole point of the twin flame journey, is for me to teach you that it can break all the barriers. Love will find a way. It'll push its way through. Whatever, stood between two people in love can be broken down. That's the whole point of this.
But I don't know. As it says about the material world, it's like, he needs something. Most men do. They want something to be proud of. And that's women too. They want to be able to show you off. Are you not proud of me? Am I not the most unique individual full of love that you've ever seen in your whole life? You're ashamed to introduce me to somebody? You're not proud of who I am and what God made me? Or you're not proud of where I live and how much money I make? Because you don't see me as a priestess. You see me as a woman that should be working. You don't see me as God's servant. No matter how many times I tell you, you won't see me for what I am. You see me for what I'm not. If you saw me for what I am, you'd have such respect, and maybe that pissed him off. The rest of the men see me for what I am, not for what I don't have. And it's what I am that scares them, not you, that's scared of what I don't have, what security I can't provide for you. It goes back to that fucking post. How do broke men have sex? How does a homeless woman have sex? Because women need love too. We're not prostitutes, that's how. Even if you've struggled in the past, Artha of Kali brings assurance that you are capable of genuine material and spiritual prosperity. You can manifest that which has real meaning to your heart. That's it. If I needed something, if we got together and you're like, oh, I want to do something next weekend, but we don't have the money, leave it to me. I can make money appear out of nowhere. But really not money. What do we need money for? I manifest what we need, not money. You're chasing money. I'm manifesting real things that money can't buy. Or I guess you could buy for a certain amount of money. But that's what it is. If you told me that, if you said, hey, I want to take you away next weekend, but I don't know how we're going to do this. Well, what do we need? Tell me what we need and I will tell God and the needs will be provided. It'll work out. It might not come in the form of money. Seriously? Yeah, somebody might just drop off like a bunch of tanks of gas right here. Really? Yeah, something. We need money for gas? No, you said we need gas. Money isn't the answer to everything. Money just provides the things. If you know how to get the things, you don't need money. And that's not by stealing. I'm a hustler, baby. Just kidding. If you have reached a block or a dead end on your path, trust that you have the strength to overcome it. It may not be through attempting to force something to happen in the material world, so much as working on refraining your belief and approach. Instead, I don't have to make this happen. I just have to reframe my beliefs and my approach so that they are in complete alignment with my inner values. I didn't have to go chasing this. I just have to be open to receiving it. I don't have to go find a friend with benefits. I have to just be open to a friend with benefits. That takes incredible strength and trust in yourself. Going through that process creates spiritual integrity and alignment. And realistically, if I really want to let you into my manifestations, I cannot take a job until after next Thursday if I want everything to work out properly. I'm not trying to have a job offer until after next Thursday. So don't worry about the seeds I've planted. I don't intend for them to grow until after next Thursday. For all intents and purposes, I don't want this to grow right away. Same with my house. I didn't put in the application meaning I wanted a brand new house for Christmas. I want it for a new year, not a Christmas. All right? I put intentions for a friend with benefits for a long-term relationship. They all start somewhere with the intentions. Going through that process creates spiritual integrity and alignment. Even if the greatest willpower to make things happen will fall short of what is necessary to manifest, if I push before Thursday, then I could push myself into a very bad place if I do this. And that's what you don't get. Pushing your agenda may fuck you up. You have to let things go with the flow. Now, if it happens before Thursday, then it was meant to be and I didn't fuck this up. Everything I do is intentional. I don't do anything. I try not to make mistakes, and when I did, I almost died. Which was what? Locked my keys in the car? You saw my Holy Spirit. You've seen how strong it is. It told me 2 seconds before she walked up to the door. I said, my Holy Spirit says the kids are coming. It heard her get off the elevator. It felt her get off the elevator, told me to get up and open the door. I didn't listen fast enough, and she was at the door. My spirit tells me what to do and where to go. I have every intention to get up and go someplace, but that spirit won't let me. And when it's time to go, it's time to go. It doesn't matter if I'm afraid or if I have money or if I have fears or I don't have something. Those aren't real. There's nothing stopping you but God. Or unless you're stopping yourself. If God is telling you, your heart is telling you, then you go. If you're afraid, work through the fears, but you go. And then you get to the place if you work through the fears and then they're like, okay, you don't have to go no more. You made me go through this whole fucking scary situation. It wasn't even real. Nope. Just wanted you to have that mental awareness in case this ever comes up. Better never come up again. Realistically. Even the greatest willpower to make things happen will fall short of what is necessary to manifest your most beautiful sacred fulfillment without such inner spiritual integrity. Trust that the promise of your sacred success is being fulfilled through every challenge of blessing. And that should have been a moment for you to realize. I tell you all the time, my spirit says. I sit here in absolute silence. Maybe have a thought, not usually. I sit here and I speak with my higher self and the spirits of God and some of the living spirits that you call dead people. It's all spiritual with me. I don't have a connection with people outside, but you can see that it's real. I show you all the time. The voice of the heart is real. Stop drowning it out. It's more important than the shit in your mind. Say the following prayer. Beloved Kalima, I call upon your divine feminine wisdom and divine masculine power that arises to protect it. With discernment, strength, and courage, I ask for your assistance in all ways, including your blessing of spiritual and material prosperity. May I move beyond my conditioning into unobstructed authenticity and spiritual integrity, to joyfully and graciously manifest my true purpose, bringing spiritual benefit to all beings. Hi, Ma Kali. Speak to Ma Kali from your heart about any and all concerns you have, no matter how big or small they may seem. In this moment, that's what I did. Why did he block me? What did I do? Why did I deserve this treatment? I have nothing. I don't know why you're treating me this way. So I had to look and review, reflect. What did I do to deserve this treatment? And then it's like, well, it's just how they treat people. It's just how he acts, if we're talking about this person. But ultimately, it's that. It's like, I got to turn to them. What's going on in my life? What is happening? I don't even know what's happening right now. I was doing a teaching on fucking astrology. Fucking ankles and fat necks and long faces is what I got out of it and made me laugh. And then I come out and then I got slapped in the face for something that I don't even know what I did. Like, I'm being persecuted for what I don't know what I did. I don't even know why you're mad. Do you treat everyone like this? And I'm not saying him, but I'm saying you guys. You expect them to know what you're mad about. You expect them to know why you're sad. You expect everything out of people, bro. I don't know. And that's really what it is. I go to my heart. What did I do? What's wrong? What happened? I don't have an answer, so sometimes I'll seek, and then sometimes my mind will tell me terrible things. Oh, this is all your fault because of this and that. My mind's like, this is what he always does. That's what my mind said. Oh, yeah. And then I came up with some possibilities of what you could have been hurt by. What did I do to hurt you so that you get to hurt me? By what? Cutting off communication? Why? Because that's important to me. So you take away the one thing that is important to me. You're a terrible parent. You're a terrible lover. You're a terrible person. And that's what it is. It's conditional. I know she likes this, so I'm going to take this away from her. Why? What did I do? I didn't act right. I didn't speak right. What did I do? to deserve this. Am I a victim? No. It's just your behavior's stupid. You're not going to make me, and that's what I mean. You're not going to make me feel bad because I didn't do bad. I feel bad when I do bad. I feel bad when I do bad, bro. But I didn't do any bad. And that's what I said. Crazy, confused maybe, explain yourself. Instead of just hurting people's feelings, belittling them. All the time you do this. You spend a lot of time belittling me because I'm a little soul in here. You're not, I can't imagine what kind of father you are. You need a daughter, that's what you need. Learn some fucking real fucking compassion. You need a daughter. That's why Kobe had all girls. That's why Royce is stuck around women. You're going to learn compassion in this lifetime. Know that your words are being received and the answers are already unfolding in grace. Imagine your words swirling and dissolving into her vast black presence. And as I seen that, I seen Wolfman. It's like my newfound alignment aligns with what he's looking for. Might not be what you're looking for. You're looking for someone to raise your fucking children and be your fucking wife. I was looking for an adventure to turn into a lifetime. Someone to grow old with. You want to make someone old. Straight out the gate. Old ass. Out of this presence, and that's it. He's mad. He can't do these things, bro. He can't do the things I want to do. And that pisses him off. Same as Russ. All of them. You hate me because you ate me. Out of that presence, a strong masculine energy rises up like a gleaming silver sword. Here comes the Queen of Swords. This energy is protective and powerful. It is your inner sovereignty to decide, to choose, to cast aside, to protect, to respect, and is the power of determination and focused commitment. That's that fucking Knight of Wands we pulled. Shit. Recognize this as a part of who you are. The silver sword can be held in your dominant hand. Feel the strength of it. Then allow it to dissolve into your soul as gleaming silver light. Hey, Eminem. You shake with your left hand, and most people shake with their right. But what happens when you meet another lefty? Do you guys do a do-si-do? I was thinking about that. And if you use your right hand, does it feel like... I'm just curious. For us of the right hand, I have some questions for the left side. Finish with your hands in prayers. You've completed your ritual. Okay, ritually speaking, I'm out of here. We've had every kind of interruption. We've had the kids, the dog, the director, and the Holy Spirit. I'm out of here, bro. The whole point was you tried to piss me off, and this is what you got out of my skin. What's next, Kobe? Just kidding. No more, Kobe. I'm done for the night. No more triggers, no more journeys, no more nothing. Maybe I'll take the kids down and watch this guy touch the dildo. Exactly. It's a good story. You'll love it. Anyways, just kidding. My mom owns a dildo. They know their mom's not doing nothing with a dildo. Why? Because I sleep here all night. What the fuck am I doing? I'm not you weirdos. Anyways, it's a funny story. It would have made more sense up until that point of why I even had one. She was expecting me to do it. She thought, did you? I didn't. She was encouraging me. You could say she was the devil. No, it was two minds aligned. It's like, that guy's a dildo. He's a total dildo. You better report. He's like the supervisor. We need a new security. Obviously, if this type of shit is getting through security. That was a loaded conversation. All right, well, we're going to unload and move on. I do still have one more teaching tonight about psychic abilities. After we've worked through, your feelings and shit. I don't know, guys. People try to make you pay for whatever you did. They're not forgiving. I don't know what you did. If they want you to hurt for it, I'm forgiven in Christ. He said it's all good. He said I didn't say anything. And if I did make a mistake, you best believe Kobe would bring it to my face. Something will. Something makes me... I have a sense of consciousness that makes me self-aware of when I'm not being a good person. I went and told that lady yesterday that I condemned her before I knew her. Did I meaningly hurt your feelings? I was going to, but I didn't. I try not to hurt people's feelings just because you bothered me. And I can accept that you're trying to hurt my feelings because you're bothered. Well, what'd I do to bother you? That's caring more about the situation. Should I care that you're bothered and you're trying to take it out on me? That's very Jesus-like. That's not very Lilith. I don't care. In the essence, I'll call my dogs on you. That's not really helpful, and I just wanted to point that out, and then I'm going to put these cards away, and that's where it is. It's like, I don't know, but I never do. And when you get to be like me, you just learn not to know. You really don't know until things are made clear, and then you're like, oh, that all makes sense now. Okay. I try to find understanding, but that's all I do all day. It's like, oh, I could try to understand this, I can understand that. I can't. Hey! Help me understand how you text me in the middle of the day when you said your fucking phone was in a locker. Make me understand something worth understanding. There's plenty to understand. I can't sit here trying to understand why you're being an asshole. I just know you're being an asshole. Asshole. Am I being a bitch? I don't think so. If I was being a bitch and asking for an asshole move, I don't think I was. I don't think I was. Anyways, I mean, again, if I'm wrong, they'll show me. Am I wrong? Did I do something? Let me focus. Give me a second. I'm really trying to see if I did something to deserve this behavior. What did I say in the last 5 videos? Because I didn't say shit to his face. He's watching my videos. Something I said pissed him off. I don't know. I really don't. I don't know. We might have to wait till Monday when Kobe brings back the reels and makes it real. If it was. I don't think it really was. I don't think so. Anyways, hey, love you guys. Catch you for psychic abilities later. Laters, haters.